What's going on, everybody? Mike McIntyre here, back from All Things Sports, bringing you another new review for you. This is the final boot in the Adidas Superspectral Pack collection colorway. It took me a while to get them all out, but I reviewed the whole pack, and this is the last one that we need to check out. So let's get into it, and let's show you what these are all about. Before we begin, guys, please check out that first link down below in the description. It is a link to my store if you're interested in supporting the channel and picking up any of the merch that you see me wear here live on the channel. We also have the membership option active, so if you want to check that out and support the channel, anything that we generate will go right back into it, so please check that out. Without further ado, let's get into the unboxing. Alright, here we go. The last review in the Superspectral Pack colorway, and it is the final one that they will ever make. So we have the Nemeziz Plus, and this is the last Nemeziz that they're going to make because they are eliminating that silo and going back to a speed silo, the control silo, and the classic Copa silo. So Adidas is eliminating the Nemeziz. Messi is slipping back into the speed boot. Let's get into the unboxing. This is a plus model, so you get a large shoehorn, which helps. I actually really like that extra. You get the boots and a string bag. This time, for whatever reason, the boots are actually inside the bag. Clean white mesh string bag with the white strings, and this pale orange graphic with the Adidas logo and the Nemeziz logo on the other side. You do have that seam stitched down the middle to create a left and right boot compartment. So here we go, the Nemeziz Plus, alright, the 360 agility boot that was launched a few years ago now to try and encourage that agile speed kind of player, but just give them something that is a little bit different compared to the pure speed silo that Adidas makes, which of course is the X. I was always actually a fan of the Nemeziz. I thought it was a fairly underrated boot, but I do agree that it's a little bit stale at this point. I think it's run its course, so I think the fact that Adidas is eliminating the Nemeziz and coming up with, you know, this one speed silo and focusing all the efforts on that, I don't think it's a bad move. Even though I was a fan of the Nemeziz, especially when it first launched. In the last few years, it does feel a little stale and that they've ran out of ideas. So this is the last Nemeziz that we are going to get. So being the Plus model, again, obviously there are no laces. The whole design of this one, I've done a few videos on Nemeziz's. I've done a few videos on the Nemeziz before. The whole idea is to have this 360 tape design, and they've actually used this kind of tape material and stitched it in such a way that it creates the upper of a boot. And then you get this silicone layer on top, and there's a little bit of grippy texture on this version of the Nemeziz at least. And it is a cool silo. It's actually, there are quite a few pros wearing it, but again, it's just, it feels like it's kind of run its course in my opinion. In terms of this colorway, you kind of have a white and black stripe base with the orange graphics, you know, sprinkled out throughout the upper. You have the Adidas 3 stripes on the heel there, on the lateral side, and on the inside there is a sticker in the way, but that is the Nemeziz logo. The sticker is just warning you about the coating on the sole plate. There's this kind of metallic chrome finish to it in this cream, white, and silver look, and they're just saying that it could wear off with use. That's the only thing that that sticker's saying right there. Again, because this is the Plus model, you get the high cut collar with no laces. So again, you have this 360-degree wrap creating the upper of the boot. It does create a unique feeling, if you will, and it's reinforced on the inside. It actually does make it relatively easy to get on, especially compared to the X Plus. This one is a little bit easier to get on. It's a torsion system outsole is what they call it, two-piece with an internal heel counter, 3 conical studs on both the lateral and medial side, 4 in the heel, and 1 pivot stud. So I'm a huge fan of the torsion system, and I like this sole plate. I have no issues with it, especially because they are conical studs. And again, I was a big fan of the Nemeziz while it lasted. Again, it just feels like it's kind of run its course. So that's pretty much it for the tech specs in the upper. The colorway itself, I'm not the biggest fan of. I think this is my least favorite in the Superspectral Pack colorway. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing special about it. It does look kind of boring, and in some ways it's a little disappointing given that this is the last Nemeziz that we'll see. It would have been nice if they just did a really cool kind of final farewell to the Nemeziz. So let's slip these things on feet and we'll talk about fit and feel. There's a first look at the Nemeziz Plus on feet. Again, I have done reviews on this boot before. This time around, it does feature that tape design upper, obviously, as we talked about at the desk. You get this texturized material on this version of the Nemeziz. That was new for the past year. And then of course, because it's the Plus model, there are no laces. Being a laceless boot, this is actually one of the easier ones to get on, especially compared to the X Ghosted. The X Ghosted is a nightmare to get on. This one's a little bit easier just because of the nature of that tape material that they use for the upper. It's a little bit more forgiving, I would say, allowing you to open the boot up and really slide your foot in. The fact that you have a shoehorn as well definitely helps getting the boot on. And then once it's on, I've always described the fit of the Nemeziz as being somewhere in between a wide boot and the narrow speed boot that Adidas makes. It's a little bit thicker in terms of the upper, but it's still trying to be light and agile and kind of that speed boot category, just perhaps catering to a wider variety of foot types, whereas the speed boot is typically thin, very narrow, very, very tight. This one just offers a little bit more comfort, in my opinion, and a little bit thicker of an upper, but it's still trying to cater or market towards that kind of speedy player that wants to be agile and get a lot of touches on the ball. That's the idea behind the Nemeziz. I think it fits well. I think it fits right in between that kind of description that I just talked about. And given the fact that the Predator's actually gotten narrower over the last few years, the Nemeziz does tend to feel a little bit wider than even the Predator. So for wider feet, it was a decent option in many ways. Again, this is the last one, so it won't be an option for too much longer. In terms of sizing, it's an Adidas boot, so you probably know what I'm going to say. You can go true to size. They're dead on with their sizing, and they do a really, really good job. Wider feet, this could be an option. I said that before. And again, I think that the model with laces is definitely one that you should take a look at. That's my review of the Nemeziz on feet. Let's wrap the video up and we'll send it back to the desk. So there you have it, guys. There's my review of the Nemeziz Plus in the Superspectral Pack colorway. Not my favorite in terms of a colorway. I think they should have done something a little bit more special, I guess is the right word, given that this is the final farewell to the Nemeziz. I was a fan of the boot overall. I think it is time. I'm not necessarily sad to see it go, but it was a good boot and I definitely liked it, and I thought it was kind of underrated to a lot of people. So we're going to see Messi swap back over into the speed boot. We're going to say bye to the Nemeziz for now. And that is my review of the Superspectral Pack Collection colorway. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Are you a fan of this one? How do you feel about the Nemeziz being eliminated from Adidas' lineup? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Smash that like button. And of course, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Mike McIntyre, All Things Sports. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Peace.